Now, Senior Minister Yaw Osafo-Maafo has urged the Birth and Death Registry to decentralize their operations across the country to cover more rural areas. Now, he maintains that the work of the registry is critical to development planning and that the agency must ensure its presence everywhere. The senior minister was speaking at a ceremony to donate vehicles and motorbikes to some selected government entities under the Public Sector Reform for Results project being implemented by his office.
We need to know the exact numbers of the inflow and outflow. That's the birth and deaths. If we do not have these figures accurately, we cannot plan. And you have been confined to the cities because of lack of logistic support. You must operate more in the rural areas than in the cities, because this is where the need to really get the date of birth and everything done properly. Some of us have to depend on events to link to our date of birth.
That's true.
You know, so you were born when Prince Charles came to Ghana. This is how some of us make our date of birth. That should be something of the past. And you must move to areas where you teach the people, intermingle with the people, so that birth and deaths are recorded. People don't die, nobody knows about it. Nobody takes them off. It's not right. And this is happening in the villages. We must record both birth and death. And that job of yours, you must really do and do well, because it will help with planning. Particularly, it helps with the flow. Now we know that everybody is moving in a particular direction. Then we provide more services to these areas which are swelling up because of population dynamics. So please, Osofo, over to you.
Thank you so much. We are grateful for this very critical support, and we promise to set ourselves to the task and reform and transform the registration processes. Just as you've said, we'll give it our best shots. We are grateful.
Senior Minister Yaw Osafo-Maafo at the ceremony there. Now, the project, which was funded by the World Bank, saw the Birth and Death Registry receiving 10 pickup trucks and 23 motorbikes. The DVLA received 6 mini-buses. The Ministry of Monitoring and Evaluation received 4 vehicles, while the Office of the Senior Minister received 5 for supervision. Mr. Yaw Osafo-Maafo also added that the government is striving forward, ensuring that the public sector reforms are funded locally, both in terms of human and financial resources. Ghana's public sector reforms have always largely been funded by development partners.
Now that the reform is under the office of the senior minister, it is our duty to ensure that these reforms do not become permanent future of the system. The reforms should come to an end along the line, such that the whole civil service, the whole public service will internalize the reforms, will continue without any external stimuli, and will ensure that both in human and material resources, the country can itself carry out the reform without any external support. All our reforms have been supported externally, and I think we should along the line begin to see an end to this external support. We should begin to internalize these reforms and do it ourselves. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we are to provide support to 4 institutions, but on the whole, the public sector reform for resource project is providing support for 16 entities. And I think for the benefit of the media, let us know who these 16 beneficiaries are. We have 5 what we refer to as frontline service delivery agencies. These are the Driver Vehicle and Licensing Authority, popularly called DVLA, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, Passport Office, the PO, Birth and Death Registry, BDR, and the Ghana Immigration Service. These 4 frontline agencies obviously are very critical to the whole development of the economy. Then we have 6 central management agencies. And the selection of these 6 is also very important. The first is the Public Service Commission itself. The number 2 is Office of the Head of Civil Service and Public Records and Archives Administration Department, PRAD. The third is Ministry of Monitoring and Evaluation. I normally call them MOMI. Then we have the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, and the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, of the Ministry of Communication. And last but not the least, the Office of the Senior Minister.
Last but not the least. Okay, so there's more to come on the show. Stay with us. The Pulse continues after these.